Hello, and welcome to the webinar for SolidScript LioReady one-step RTQB kit that will be launched on the 8th of December. My name is Piibe Vill, and I am the product manager at Solis Biodyne. Today's webinar will be recorded, and the recording will be uploaded to our YouTube channel. All of our other product webinars can also be found from our YouTube channel. And make sure to follow us on LinkedIn, where you can be up to date with our day-to-day doings. But now on to the product itself. Like the LioReady in the name refers, the product is meant for lyophilization. It doesn't come in lyophilized format, however, it has all the components that are necessary for successful lyophilization. But why would anybody even be interested in lyophilization? I wanted to talk about some of the key challenges and pain points that anybody working in the field of biotechnology has come across. And see if lyophilization and especially lyophilization with our product can help to overcome these challenges. The first of them being that the stability of the master mixes is greatly impaired when mixed together with the primer probe set and wanted to be kept at minus temperatures for a longer period of time. And although our liquid master mixes have already very great stability, thanks to our stability tag technology, we don't recommend mixing together the master mixes with primer probe set and storing for a longer period of time. And this is a common issue also among our competitors' mixes, that the stability of the enzymes is just impaired in that way. However, by using lyophilized products, the shelf life of the enzymes can be greatly improved, and the shelf life can be extended. For example, our LioReady qPCR kit has been stable for over 1 year already at temperatures such as 37 degrees. And we expect this product to have a similar stability. The second pain point that I wanted to highlight is the storage and shipping that have to be temperature controlled. And with this temperature controlled conditions come higher costs and also much more complex logistics of having to really carefully think through the logistics and not risk your assembled kit to be stuck in customs for a longer period of time than it should, and therefore risk it having an effect on the functionality of the kit. However, by using lyophilized products, the storage and shipping can be done at room temperature, which is not only cheaper in costs, but also much more environmentally friendly by not using ice packs. And lastly, the simplicity of the workflow, which we all know that by using liquid master mixes is not that user-friendly, as there's a lot of variation between the users. As we all know that mixing together the reaction can take up to a few hours. First you have to thaw the components, then mix together and then aliquate by reaction. However, by using lyophilized products, the reactions can be pre-aliquated into separate tubes already, like shown in the picture. And when you want to run the experiment, simply have to just add the water and reconstitute the lyophilizate. So in that way, the variability between batches and users can be reduced, and the consistency is improved. Now, what the full workflow looks like with the LioReady solution It starts by mixing together the components, and the most important point here is that the components have to be glycerol free or with a very low glycerol component to be even compatible with lyophilization. And the second most important aspect here is the excipients. And what are the excipients? I will talk more about in the next slide. But just for an introduction, excipients protect the enzyme during lyophilization. The next two steps are to do with lyophilization. So the second step is optional if the client's desired end goal is lyo-bead, then the lyo-bead dispenser is necessary. By using this dispenser, lyo-beads can be formed in liquid nitrogen. And the third step is where all the lyophilization happens, so in the freeze dryer. And lyophilization happens by sublimation of water to less than 2%. So the residual moisture content should be less than 2%. And voila, there you have it, the lyo cake in the first picture or the lyo bead in the second picture. And the purpose of this is the long time storage of up to even many years. And when you want to run the experiment finally, simply just add the water and reconstitute the lyophilizate and run the experiment. So the primers and probes are already in the lyophilizate. There's no need to add the primer probe set again. Now back to the excipients. The role of the excipients is to ensure that the disruption to the enzyme is minimal, but also to provide adequate structure to the lyophilizate itself. And the two most common groups of excipients are cryoprotectants and lyoprotectants. And the goal of cryoprotectants is to protect the enzymes during the very low temperatures that the enzymes face during the freezing. And lyoprotectants are there to protect during the stresses of the drying stage. The most commonly used excipients are sugars, but also buffers are considered as excipients in some cases. Buffers have a unique ability to remember the pH of the master mix before lyophilization and then help to maintain it after lyophilization, which is a very interesting and unique feature in my opinion. But since all of the enzymes are very different, all the chemistries are very different, also the excipients have to be different. There's no universal excipient mix. And the excipients that we have included in the kit are validated and developed especially for the enzymes that are in the kit. And briefly about the main phases of lyophilization. It starts by freezing, so decreasing the temperature so the master mix components become solid. Then decreasing the pressure so it crosses this sublimation line and the water becomes from solid to vapor straight. And by the end of primary drying stage, the residual moisture content should be at around 8 to 10%. And then happens the secondary drying stage, where the temperature again is increased and the residual moisture is vaporized. And by the end of secondary drying stage, the residual moisture content should be less than 2%. And the last phase of lyophilization is the stoppering stage. And from what I described just now, it's clear that proper temperature as well as pressure control have to be essential and very careful for the lyophilization process to be effective and efficient. And any freeze dryer that enables these phases can be used with our kit. We have also listed the lyophilization protocol that we recommend to use in our datasheet. So that is a good starting point when setting up your own lyophilization. So that concludes the lyophilization introduction. And now about the properties of our kit. The kit is meant for RT-qPCR reactions, and it is compatible with lyophilization into both cakes and beads. The excipients come in a separate tube, so there's also the flexibility of choosing to use your own excipients if you want to opt to do so. The kit is based on our in silico designed reverse transcriptase, SolisScript, and our in silico designed hot Solis Fast. The kit enables multiplexing of up to 5 plexes. The kit enables also short run times thanks to the Solis Fast DNA polymerase that has faster polymerization speed than regular duck DNA polymerase of up to 2 to 4 times. And the DNA polymerase has a very strong hot start. It is chemical and it requires 10 minutes of initial activation. The kit doesn't come with any passive reference dyes, so there's no ROX or no purple reference dye included. And like I said, the stability tag technology, that is our proprietary technology, is included in both of the enzymes. The main application areas where this kit can be used is in viral RNA detection, whether it be in the human diagnostic sector, in veterinary, plant, or food testing sectors. And to illustrate this wide application area, I wanted to show you the results from our prototype tester. That is a veterinary testing company working mainly with bovine samples. They tested our mix in blue compared with a competitor's solution in orange in 3 different assays, viruses. So blue tongue virus, influenza virus, and bovine diarrhea virus. And for each virus, they tested 5 known positive samples and saw that with our mix, the CQ values, so the cycles, were consistently lower in most cases than with the competitor's mix. But the kit can also be used in other sectors, such as in human diagnostic sector, to detect rotavirus, adenovirus, RSV, influenza, COVID virus, also plant viruses to detect tomato, potato viruses, and other veterinary viruses such as avian, swine, equine sample materials, and viruses. Now on to the key features of the kit. Firstly, the most important one being the performance before lyophilization and after. And with this kit, this performance is consistent. So we tested on 5 tenfold dilutions and saw that all of the dilutions are preserved even after lyophilization with 4-plex primer probe set. And we tested from 10 nanogram concentration to 1 picogram concentration, which is especially important in the detection near LOD. The next feature is the capability of multiplexing, which is quite broad. It enables 5-plex multiplexing. We have illustrated here in 4 plexes that in even 4 channels, the performance is preserved even after lyophilization. Also, the lyophilizates have great physical characteristics. Our lyophilization service partner provided some of the critical temperatures of the lyo beads, and this TC, so the collapse temperature at the drying front for our lyophilizate was -30. And this determines the protocol for lyophilization and how energy efficient this can be. The higher this temperature is, the more energy efficient the whole lyophilization can be. And also the glass transition temperature was 85.9 degrees. The logic behind this is that you can calculate the long-term storage temperature from there. So 85.9 minus 50 degrees is 35.9 degrees, which is the temperature at which the lyophilizates can be kept at without the risk of degradation. And when compared with the competitors' solutions, the combination of our 2 temperatures is very competitive. Additional features of the SolisScript LyoReady one-step RT-qPCR kit is the inhibitor tolerance, thanks to the SolisFast DNA polymerase. We looked at some of the most common human sample material inhibitors such as hematin, heparin, urea, but also some sample pre-treatment chemicals such as BBS and EDTA, and so at these concentrations, the inhibitors do not affect the amplification. The next, and in my eyes, the best feature of this kit is that this kit works with both RNA and also DNA. So for assembling kits for the detection of both RNA and DNA samples, this kit is the perfect solution. The residual moisture content is less than 1%. If you remember in the beginning of the webinar, I said that the end goal of secondary drying stage is to get the residual moisture content to less than 2%. So our physical characteristic of the lyophilizate is that the moisture content is even less than 1%, which is also very competitive in the market. We have tested so far 10 freeze-thaw cycles, so we are confident that the components of the master mix can tolerate up to 10 freeze-thaw cycles. About the kit composition, versions and sizes. If you wish to look this kit up in our website, you can do so by searching by the name of the kit, which is quite lengthy, or you can simply search by the catalog number, which is 0892. The kit has 4 components, first of them being the lyo-compatible RT mix, which also contains the ribogrip RNase inhibitor that inhibits the RNase A, and therefore there's less degradation of RNA and more higher yield of cDNA. In the second tube is our glycerol-free DNA polymerase that comes in 10 units per microliter concentration. In the third tube is the lyo reaction buffer, where is the magnesium, for example. And in the last tube is our LIO excipients. And it's possible to purchase by 100, 250, 2000 or 5000 reactions. So to sum this kit up, this kit offers you efficient lyophilization into both cakes and beads. The excipients offer strong cryoprotections during the freeze drying, and the performance of the kit is preserved prior and after lyophilization. You can do up to 5-plex multiplexing with this kit. There's no need to worry about freezing and thawing multiple times, as it tolerates up to 10 freeze-thaw cycles. And the best feature, you can detect RNA and DNA samples with the kit. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed the webinar. If you have any further questions, do not hesitate to contact us at support@solisbiodyne.com or place your order at orders@solisbiodyne.com. That's it from me. Have a good holiday season and see you next time. Bye.